Hey, my name is Arena Hall and we are here at Country Financial today talking to Jessica Hughes, a financial expert, and she will tell us about how to keep yourself protected when you start a business and what to plan on. So let's get started.
So, first I would tell you, when you become an entrepreneur, you've got to start thinking about insuring what you're doing. So running a business is really time consuming, so your insurance shouldn't be. You need to be working with a professional who can help you get that general liability, your personal liability, and then really some umbrella coverage to help insure your business. Once you start hiring employees, remember then there's going to become workers' comp. What I'm talking about with that general and personal liability is having business insurance or some sort of commercial insurance on your business. And then one of the things that we pride ourselves in at Country is I'm big on helping business owners get deductions. We want to look at if all of a sudden now you start working with a partner, we need to insure that risk, because if something were to happen to one of you, we want to make sure that the business can still function and go forward. So there's a lot of life insurance planning that we can do with buy-sell agreements. There's a way to even set up like an executive bonus structure where again you can write off or deduct from your taxes by just doing some planning personally. That's very, very lucrative and great for you in your retirement. The other thing I'd mention is long-term care. They say that 70% of the people today are going to need some form of long-term care when they get into retirement. That's another business deduction. So when you can be doing things that are really good for you and also writing that off for your company, it's a big deal. The last thing I'd mention, I've actually done several of them this year, is 401ks. So remember, when you start to want to have really good employees that are working for you, one of the ways that you attract and retain them is setting up a 401k for your company. So again, a business deduction for you, but a great thing for them that you're also helping to make a difference in their lives in retirement. Personally, there's a lot of things that we talk about that some people don't think of. I say we're all trying to create a wealth pyramid. If you're starting to run a business, you want to be successful and be making money, but you've always got to be thinking about the what ifs. What if all of a sudden I became disabled? They tell us that 1 in 2 people by the age of 60 will have some form of disability. If all of a sudden you lost your income, what's going to happen to your spouse, your business, things like that? We want to take those risks off the table. Doing wills and trusts and power of attorneys. I moved up here from Florida where we had Terry Schiavo, and unfortunately everybody knows her story, but her husband wanted to let her go and her parents wanted to let her live, but nobody knew what Terry wanted. So putting wills, trusts, power of attorneys, and directives in place for you personally is extremely important. We all know this, but running a business requires a lot of money. So I want to talk about, having an emergency fund, because my joke is like something always happens. We've got to make sure you're prepared for that. So saving enough, I've heard out there that, you need 3 years worth of income to start a business. So it's important again to have that in place. And then 2, as things happen in your life and you get married and you have children and, other things take place, we just again want to make sure we're covering those risks and doing great things in your planning to help with that. So really, those are a few of my suggestions. I talked about insurance. I talked about, getting the good business deductions, some personal stuff that I think you need to think about. And then 2, just saving enough money to be able to have that flexibility in your life should something like take place. My whole life has kind of revolved around a pre-game, game, and post-game. So I actually plan for my morning at night, which sounds funny, but I literally, before I come in, I have a whole list of things that I'm going to do. And kind of along those same lines, the question I get is like, what motivates you? And I'm sure what motivates all of us a lot of times is I want to make a difference in people's lives. So being organized and structured in my day, that's what gets me up and going, is my pregame, because I look forward to the game, and then also the postgame of again, making a difference for people.
We would like to thank Jessica for her great advice. If you have any questions for us that you would like to have answered, please connect with us on social media and let us know. Also, feel free to check out our website at creativemusclestudios.com. This is it for today. Stay tuned for the next episode and be brave and passionate.